Hello Scorpio, welcome to your July reading. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node and Progressed. So let's have a look at what is going on for you in the month of July. We have Cancer, I feel. The first message that I got for you as soon as I got into your energy, we have Gemini, I think. Be careful of the company that you keep. I feel as though you guys need to be careful of the people that are around you, especially with Cancer coming out. I feel you're obviously very sensitive to other people. I'm getting an itchy nose already. You guys are extremely sensitive. I feel like you really empathically pick up on other people's emotions all around you. So July is a month where you're needing to be careful of that, because I just feel as though there's an energy in particular around that that needs tweaking, that maybe needs analyzing with Virgo coming up. We have first house of the body. We have Virgo, I analyze. We have Mercury retrograde, reinvention. And we got a lot of astrology cards out here as well. So you guys might be feeling quite into astrology in July, interested in astrology. We have Yod, destiny, and Saturn, truth. Ooh. So Saturn's going to have you be seeing the truth in a situation in I was about to say February. Why do I keep wanting to say February? Maybe something happened in February. I'm not too sure. February might be relevant. I don't know, but I keep wanting to say the word February instead of July. So July is a big month. July is going to have you in a little bit of a whirlwind, I think, because there's some big changes, big shifts happening. I think that you're really getting clarity on a situation, a particular situation, or maybe even a particular connection with a person. We have the 10th house of the world out here as well. So it feels like for you guys, Scorpio, there's an awful lot that's coming up for you. It feels like it's a little bit of you versus the world, you against the world maybe. You kind of like, I think, having a think about your place in the world. I feel like this month feels like a month where it has you really sort of focused on how you want to show up for the world, how you're wanting to show up for humanity. I feel like Mercury retrograde reinvention with Cancer. I mean, Mercury is in Cancer right now. So Mercury being in Cancer gives us a real opportunity to think intuitively, to connect with the divine, you know, to connect with other people on an empathic level and on an emotional level, maybe more so than an intellectual level. Mercury in Cancer isn't so much about intellectuality like it would be in Virgo. It's more so about connection and how can I feel comfortable and safe in this dialogue, in this conversation, in this experience. So you know, this month kind of feels like a clearing out and a cleansing of your emotions. It feels like you're paying more respect to your emotions, because I feel like there can be a tendency, you're a Mars-ruled sign, Mars and Pluto. Both of these are malefic planets. They're both very intense. There can be a tendency with you guys, Scorpio, to sometimes like kind of want to run through your emotions, or maybe even want to stuff them down, because Scorpio really is the deepest depths. So you can sometimes stuff your emotions so deep down that you don't even know that they exist. You know, because Mars wants to get on with it. Mars wants to keep going. Mars wants to keep taking action. So you don't want to stop. You want to kind of keep going. With Saturn and truth coming out and the Yod of destiny, this month there is a truth, a destined truth that will come out. It could have to do with you. It could have to do with some sort of communication with Mercury retrograde coming out. It could even have to do with your career, with this 10th house coming out as well. But then we have Venus underneath that. So more so than your career, it could even just be in the way that you're being seen out in the world. With Venus under there, it could feel just the way that you are showing up. When with this energy, it's giving me like someone who might be like changing up their wardrobe. I kind of feel like with Virgo, I analyze and the first house of the body. I just feel like you guys are really you might be healing from like a breakup or maybe like a bit of a toxic dynamic. I'm feeling like a little bit of like codependency that you might have experienced in the past. And so now that you've got a little bit more independence and a bit more freedom, you might still be in a relationship, but now that you're experiencing more freedom within yourself because you're honestly honoring yourself more, you're feeling feeling into yourself more and allowing yourself to have certain experiences, certain feelings and certain thoughts that you might not have even allowed yourself to indulge before. That's allowing you to sort of come up with new ways of displaying yourself, I think, externally and in the world. I think a lot of you guys, we have the Alchemist at the bottom of the deck. It feels like you're wanting to change up your vibe. It feels like what you've been through, you've now alchemized, and in July, it's going to have you, that's probably because Venus is going retrograde as well, it's going to have you maybe shaking up the way that you look at yourself, the way that you present yourself. Saturn, Truth, and your destiny. I actually want to clarify, I'm going to clarify that with an archetype card. I don't know why an archetype card, they're just in my hands, but there's a Two of Cups at the bottom of this tarot deck that I have that I keep looking at, and I didn't even mean to turn it up. So I think that a lot of you guys, that's why I was coming up with the codependency thing, I think that a lot of you guys have found a really healthy balance with relationships now. I think that you are experiencing healthier versions of relationship, because with this Mercury retrograde and Cancer, I feel you might have been really actually going through and paying attention to your emotions and your feelings, and definitely in connections. Let's get this archetype for this Saturn, Truth, and this Your Destiny. This is really interesting me. What do we have here? We have Goddess, light attribute, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. Shadow attribute, exploitation of the female form. Wow, and then we have the hedonist underneath that. Light attributes, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates beauty in yourself. Okay, so Saturn this month, July, it's really got you connecting with your sensual side. It's really got you with this Cancer, I feel as though, and first house, I feel as though you guys are really going to be connecting with the part of you that you've kind of like stuffed away a little bit, and I feel like it's your sensuality and your sexuality, but like your creative expression through your body. I feel like there's been a disconnect with your actual physical body when it comes to the first house. You might have been more focused on, like someone that was more focused on what other people thought of your body than how your body actually felt. And I think that July has you really caring about how your body feels. It's not so much about like wanting to work out and exercise because of wanting to look a certain way. I think that July is going to have you focused on your health and focused on taking care of your body in a way that's really caring about your actual longevity, more so than just looks and appearances, you know what I mean? I feel like you've really moved past a version of yourself who was kind of a bit more caught up in that energy. I think now that you're more accepting of your form as it is, I feel like you're now quite accepting of the beauty and the sensuality and the gifts that you get to experience through enjoying yourself in a physical way. You know, I think that you're going to be enjoying good food. I think that you're just really going to be enjoying simple pleasures more. July feels like a month where it's like, it says the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. So like, you know, connecting with nature, connecting with plants, connecting with food, connecting with smells, taste, touch, you know, all that sort of stuff. This is a month where you're going to be seeing the good things. I think that you're going to be focused on positive things. It just feels like you're going to be having a more optimistic outlook because you've really started to go within and look at your feelings and integrate them and figure out, why am I unhappy? I think that you've done a lot of work. I think that July is a month where that work gets to sort of like shine. We have Virgo in the first house, so that would be like a Virgo rising, and essentially that's someone who's rising into the energy of Virgo. So they're navigating and learning to understand how to move through Pisces, and they're learning how to move through Virgo, because both signs are always important, in my opinion. I believe, I heard one of my favorite astrologers say this the other day, and I was like, girl, yes, I so agree with you. And she said, really, she believes that there's 6 zodiac signs, and they all have a polarity. And I was like, that's how I feel, literally. So Virgo and Pisces go hand in hand. So this is someone who's learning to move through this physical realm in a way that in a way that they can connect with the divine, in a way that they can connect with nature and spirit, and like a sense of broadness and a sense of bigness and a sense of importance, and and divinity, but at the same time, like, really nurturing the little things in life that need to be taken care of. Because where Pisces can get lost in the big stuff, Virgo can get lost in analysing the small stuff, you know what I mean? So it's a balance. So Virgo first house, this is someone who's dedicated to healing in their body, dedicated to taking care of their health, dedicated to, you know, creating systems and structures that allow them to move forward with efficiency in life, because this is a sign of efficiency, and it's intelligence, it's logic. It's a very smart person. It's someone who dresses well, you know. I kind of feel like we were talking about, like, wanting to change the way you dress. I feel like for some of you guys, like, you might have always dressed with this rebel, like, a little bit of, I don't want to say sloppy, like, this is literally, I'm a Scorpio North Node, right? This feels really relevant to me. Like, I love this poncho that I'm wearing today. I feel like it's adorable. But this is kind of my old style. It's not really the style that I'm feeling at the moment. It's just, like, the fact that I have these clothes because it's always been my style. Like, I've got heaps of ponchos. I love ponchos. But I'm kind of, like, growing out of feeling like I would... You know, I bought this for $10 the other week, and I wouldn't pay $50, whereas back in the day I would have, because I really valued something like a poncho. Now I'm starting to value other ways of, you know, other clothing, other styles, I don't know. That's kind of the vibe you're giving me. Like, you know, you're giving me someone who's just sort of, like, growing up and growing into a different version of themselves, and it doesn't in any way, shape or form invalidate the past version of yourself. In fact, July feels like a month where you're really starting to embrace this new version of yourself, because you're starting to see just how much you've changed, just how much you've leveled up, and how much you've grown, and how much potential that you're going to find having this power, you know? With this your destiny and Saturn, it feels like you're moving more towards your truth than you ever have before in July. You are doing the steps, you're taking the necessary notes, you know, you're listening to yourself, you're listening to your intuition, you're listening to the little nudges that you're getting, as well as, I think, listening to people that you genuinely respect, you know. I feel like this is a learning energy, someone that's being open to the experience of being a human and all aspects of that, you know, getting to work, relaxing, enjoying good food, but also getting stuff done. Like, it's balancing it all. The Rebel card light attribute says challenges authority and to affect social change, reject spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. So you are rejecting maybe spiritual systems, maybe ways of being that you used to be that are no longer serving you. It's just flat out not serving you anymore. I think that there might have been you might have had more of a masculine energy, more of a masculine approach in the past, and with this Cancer coming out, Mercury retrograde reinvention, I feel like you're reinventing your style to be more feminine. Oh my god, this is so funny. I'm going to give you guys an example. I love Erin May Henry. I don't know if you guys know her. She is the Chillpreneur, or she has a business called the Chillpreneur. I'm not too sure. Anyway, she has a podcast called the Chillpreneur Podcast. Anyway, she has a YouTube channel, Erin May Henry, and I was watching her video yesterday on her stepping into her rich old lady era, and I thought it was cute. And I got in the shower after I watched that video, and I was kind of like having a big think to myself, and I was like, you know what? It is time for me to step into a motherfucking era. I do want to step into an era of me. Like, what is this era? What is this chapter? What is this going to be? And I came up with the Empress. I was in the shower and I love putting music on while I'm in the shower and dancing and, like, having my candles lit. I will not have a shower with lights on. I need candles. That's so, like, these cards. But yeah, and I was just vibing in the shower, and it just came to me, the Empress. And I was like, this is my Empress era. This is my era where I fucking get to enjoy the beauty of being fucking feminine, the beauty of being me, the beauty of existing in this human body, you know? So this is what this feels like. It's stepping into an era. What is this new era of you? Who is the version that you are now? This new version of you. I want you to comment down below as well. What is the new version that you are stepping into? My new era is the Empress era. Let me know below what your new era is. Take some time to think about it if you have no fucking clue. Like I said, maybe go have a shower, put some candles on, put some music on, and just vibe it the fuck out. But yeah, this is your energy. And I think it's really, really beautiful. So let's have a little bit of a deeper look. I don't want this reading to be too long because I just did Libra's reading and their reading was fucking insane. I swear it was 40 minutes or something, so we're not going to do the same to you. Oh my god, did you just see that? I didn't feel like taking those cards, and then this card popped out. The fucking Two of Cups again. But I feel like in a way, this is you coming back into harmony and balance with you. Because I feel like, yeah, Five of Pentacles in reverse. I think that you're releasing a sense of loss. I think for a little while there, and you know, you've just had the South Node move through your sign, Scorpio. So it might have felt like you kind of lost touch with your identity a little bit. It might have felt like you just weren't sure. It might have felt like things felt a little fucked, a little blocked and foggy, or fucked. That's hilarious. Yeah, it feels like things might have just felt a little bit like just foggy, unclear, just it sort of feels like a period of time where Saturn might have been trying to grow you up in a way. Some of you guys might have moved through your Saturn return recently, or be moving through it now. But it's just like a very much an energy of reevaluating and becoming, yeah, look, Seven of Swords in reverse. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. We have the Death card at the bottom of the deck. King of Swords out here in reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. You were lying to yourself for a good long time, I think. Yeah, that sounds mean. No, it's kind of like, that is how I want to say it though. I feel like you were lying to yourself about where you had. Okay, here we go. You were lying to yourself about where you have been at in life. I feel like you've been lying to yourself about where you are, in the sense that you don't think that where you are is good enough. I think that with this Seven of Swords in reverse and this Five of Pentacles, it feels kind of like you're needing to make amends, literally, with a part of yourself, the part of yourself that you rejected through being involved in codependent relationships. Relationships that had you essentially needing someone else to change or to show up differently in order for you to feel comfortable and safe within yourself. That was getting in the way. That was getting you confused. That was really, really helping with the confusion. You know, I think that you've been convincing yourself that you aren't as beautiful and divine and radiant and worthy and deserving as you are for a long time, and I think that that's a result of having been in, you know, experiences and probably having witnessed relationships and partnerships that weren't in a healthy dynamic, and so that sort of put you into a similar energy. And it could have been that you grew up, you might have had a family member or a mother, your parents, they might have had really difficult experiences in relationships, and so, you know, Mercury retrograde reinvention, you're here to reinvent how you experience relationships, reinvent how your bloodline handles relationships and goes about love. I think that this is, for many generations, things might not have been reciprocal. For many generations, it might have been for a family dynamic more focused on work and getting things done and you know, achievement and just looking the part. I don't know, it kind of feels like this stoicness, this lack of emotion, and it might not even be that, like, you know, your family's all like, oh, business or whatever, and nothing like that. It might just be that they have a very rigid way of being. They might have rigid beliefs, or they might just have, you know, rigid systems in place, and just a sense of rigidity to it, a rigidity in their relationship even. And so you're looking for that emotional connection. And so you, in July, are really going to be connecting within that part of yourself. Did that make sense? No. In July, you guys are going to be connecting with that part of yourself within. You know what I mean? Like, this is giving me inner child. So the little child within you that felt rejected and that didn't feel like it was ever, you know, doing enough. I feel like you've given a lot in your life, and it felt like maybe you've never done enough. Like your parents didn't appreciate you, or they didn't see what you did. I think in July you're letting this go. I think that there's been an anger, maybe a resentment that you've held on to, and in July it just feels like a sort of like, I just heard breaking bread. Like, I don't know, like, it's just time to let it go, you know, it's time to make peace, it's time to move on. Ooh, Death card back again. We have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Ten of Swords in reverse, and we have the Hermit card. So a lot of inner work, a lot of self-work, you know. You've been doing this for a long time. I think this isn't anything that's new to you, Scorpio. You have your card out here twice as well with Death. So, you know, you're just going through it. You're just going through the remnants of what feels like maybe a bit of a dark night of the soul. I think that you've known that this change is coming for a long time. I think that you well and truly are aware that you're on the precipice, that the shift is here. I think there's just a little bit of like sifting to go through now. I think that journaling is something that will be really handy with this Hermit. It's just really getting in touch with yourself, spending time in meditation, contemplation, Mercury retrograde. It's really paying attention and not allowing yourself to like think your way out of everything. It's really important that you allow your emotions to speak for themselves and to connect with your body, because I feel like your body has a lot of stored emotion, a lot of stored energy that it tries to communicate with you. And because of this Virgo I analyze, you might sometimes try to like be overthinking things and not allowing things to just intuitively be, you know what I mean? So it's like your body's been trying to tell you that there's something going on for a long time, and you've been ignoring it because you're saying, no, I'm young, it's fine, I should be fine. And then something happens, you know what I mean? So don't be like that. Pay attention. Your body is trying to speak to you. You have the hedonist and the goddess, so you're supposed to be in your body. July is going to have you really connecting with your feminine essence. Doesn't matter if you identify as feminine or masculine, these are just energies. If you are a feminine, though, I do feel like, and you have a menstrual cycle, I feel like really connecting in with your cycle. Your cycle might have changed, your cycle might be changing, and it's really important that you connect with this different cycle, that you start to track it, track the way you're feeling, your moods, all those sorts of things, and to start working with it, because it's a superpower. It's not, you know, it's not a burden. Our cycles aren't a burden, they're a superpower. We've just been taught by society, you know, we've just been taught shit, essentially. Like, I'm not even going to go into it. But, you know, that's really important. So, let's get a spirit animal card. Ooh, we have the hare. Cycles! Are you serious? Literally, and that was so weird. Literally, we have the hare and it says cycles. So some of you guys, your menstrual cycle has definitely changed. Go with it, flow with it, vibe with it. I think something that's really coming up for you, and whether you have a menstrual cycle or not, just connecting with your rhythms, the rhythms of your body, whether you're a male or a female. Connect with the moon, you know, connect with the seasons, connect with your circadian rhythms. This is all about connecting with you. Fertility is something that's really coming up. Some of you guys might be wanting to have children or be thinking about children in the future. And, you know, that is very much in the cards. It is meant to be. It's definitely going to happen, 100%. It's just maybe now is a time for you to really get comfortable and to get cozy in your body and to connect with your body, so that you can do the healing work that you need to do in order to become the beautiful, beautiful divine parent that you're meant to be. I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of abundance surrounding you at the moment, because it just feels like you're stepping into a new you. Like, I feel like you're about to like walk out. This is giving me the energy of like someone stepping out, like, you know, when the stage has got like that red curtain, I'm just seeing someone like rip open the red curtain and just like step out, which is absolutely beautiful. We have intuition with Cat. So, you know, you guys are feeling very psychic this month. I think that I actually think, look, reciprocity, literally the word reciprocity, we've been talking about that. I think that you guys have been having some very fated experiences recently. You might have been having people, like with this Mercury retrograde, you might be having people from the past even coming back that have sort of been like validating to you just some intuitive nudges and intuitive hunches that you already had. I think that you're really, really just very much in this like era. Like, it's giving me like High Priestess era, you know, like, ooh, and like I'm seeing all these, there's all these cats coming out. This is giving me like feline era, you know what I mean? Like, just, what is a feline? Cats don't, they're not fucking worried about everyone else. They're worried about themselves. They're in their power. Cats are in their power. I saw a bag yesterday and it made me laugh. What did it say on it? It said, if cats had phones, it was something like, I can't remember it exactly, but it was like something like if cats had phones, they would never call you back. I can't even remember, but it was legit. It was like, you know, cats, they're not worried about whether you fucking like them or not, or what you think about whether what they've done or what they've said. They're focused on what suits them. And that's your energy right now. That's you. This is you stepping into your rich old lady era, courtesy of Erin May Henry. Ooh, don't make me laugh. Hurts my chest, makes me cough. Okay, we have moderation with rhinoceros. So, you know, not indulging, not overdoing it, because with this hedonist, the hedonist obviously has a tendency to overindulge. So it's about finding a balance with this Virgo I analyze and this first house. It's finding a healthy way to nourish yourself, take care of yourself, nourish your gifts, and you know, do all the things in moderation. You know, you don't have to be of service all the time. You don't need to be working all the time. You don't need to be constantly having to eat perfect, healthy food all the time. You know, it's finding a balance between it all, because, you know, when we're trying too hard to push things and to be perfect, which is something that Virgo has to deal with, perfection, it gets in the way and it stops us from achieving anything, because, you know, perfection is an unachievable standard, because it's not real. It doesn't actually exist. And so, you know, we spend our entire lives striving really to get nowhere. So at the moment, you know, you're really being I wanted to say activate. Well, we'll say activated, yes, because you're being extremely activated to taking the deepest care of yourself you've ever taken, and to completely reinventing the era that you're in. You're stepping into a whole new chapter. But you're also extremely protected, because, like I said before, it feels like you're coming out of a dark night of the soul period. It feels like you're growing up. It feels like you're changing. And I think that because you're someone who really has so much empathy now and has so much respect for other people and their emotions, and is so connected, and is someone that is so nurturing. With this Saturn as well, it could literally be like you have a collective of souls that you're here to nurture. You might be someone that's working in a field that requires you to tend to many people. You know, and so protecting your energy is crucial, because your intuition is so open, because it's so vibrant. Your passion and your energy and your inspiration can easily become siphoned from you, because even before I get into your reading, I wanted to say be careful of the company you keep, and we talked about that. That's why you're needing to protect yourself, because as you step into this new era, this new version of you, other people are going to be really, really liking what they see. And so you need to be really discerning about who you allow into your field, because your energy is so precious. You're so precious that you can't let people come in and convince you anymore of where you're not good enough. You've done that. You've been there and you've done that. You've experienced toxic situationships that made you feel inadequate. And so now that you're out of that, you don't want to go back. You're not going back. You know, so stability and protection is coming out, because as you become stable, as you become rooted in this next chapter, as you become rooted in this next version of you, this more comfortable version of you, this version of you who can actually rest in peace, and who can actually rest in joy, you know, you're going to require more protection, because people really are going to be drawn to your vibration, because you're like a light. You have like a light beam, an essence to you. I'm getting, you know, you got a lot of cats here, so I feel like Sekhmet in particular. We have Sekhmet, you know, the Lionhead goddess. She feels like she's really up in your energy. She feels like she really has been with you as you've sort of had to ferociously protect your own heart. You know what I mean? Like, as you've done this healing work. Sorry guys, ran out of battery. As you guys have done this healing work, you've really had to protect your soul. You've really had to protect yourself. And so, you know, she's saying keep doing that. Keep putting the walls up to people who don't deserve your energy, because you know what you deserve now. And the thing is that you are so much more intuitively connected that you're not going to let things that happened in the past happen now. So trust in yourself a little bit more than you used to, because, you know, you're not going to run into the same situation. Six of Swords and the High Priestess. You're now able to discern when something is for you and when something is not. So that's why moderation's coming in. It's saying don't chuck everything, don't throw away the baby with the bathwater. Don't chuck out everything. Be discerning about who and what should be staying in your life, because you're in a period of purging. South Node has been in your sign. You've been in the period of purging and releasing and letting go everything that doesn't serve you anymore. Saturn has you seeing the truth. Yod is destiny. This is a period of time, this is a point, this is a moment in time that has you really doing something that your soul is needing you to do. It's written in the stars, it's written in the clouds. You know, this month is very sacred, it's very destined. I think that so many people are getting really intense, destined sort of destiny readings for this month, because we have so much going on astrologically. So, you know, there's a lot of big shifts. We have the nodes shifting signs, we have I can't even remember now. There's just a lot going on, so it just is a warning. I think it's a warning to really take care of yourself as you go through these big changes, because, you know, you're not going through anything that you aren't capable of, you know what I mean? The universe isn't going to give you a challenge that's too much for you. It's going to give you a challenge that is literally just enough. Even though at times you may feel like you're sinking, even though at times you may feel like you're drowning, you're not. You will reach the other side. Saturn is restriction. It's tough. It's a difficult cycle. You know, it's not the energy of ease by far. It's the energy of hardship. It's the energy of needing to climb the mountains. So this is something you've needed to put work in and effort and time into, and you know, taking care of your body is something that needs diligence, time, effort every single day. It needs to be something you care about and focus on. So, you know, protecting yourself through protecting your health is something that's coming up. Longevity. I think that you guys have been disconnected from the pleasures in life for a long time, and this month you're connecting with that again. You might be going out more and having a bit more good food, good experiences with friends, just getting out in the world a little bit more, and so that has you feeling more excited, it has you feeling more positive. But at the same time, just protect your energy, because you really, it feels like you've had a lot of time inward, a lot of time to yourself. And so as you sort of step out into the world, again, just make sure that you're doing your things, you're just cleansing your energy, that you're, you know, just doing your protection work, whatever that looks like for you, you know? Okay, is there anything else? Let's just get one more tarot card for advice. I feel like Scorpio needs some advice. What's the advice? Bottom of the deck, we have the Knave of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Seven of Wands. So don't let anybody talk you out of your independence. Don't let anybody talk you out of your freedom. Even if some people might have some things to say about the way you've been living your life, the way you are showing up, the way you're shining, you know, let them say whatever they want to say. They really don't have to have any effect on your reality. This Nine of Pentacles, your advice is to really settle in to the abundance that you already have surrounding you. Don't get too lost, I think, in thinking about what it is that you don't have. Like, that's really not something that you're being called to focus on at all at the moment. You're being called to focus on what you do have, on who you have around you, on the resources, on the connections, on the stability, on what you really do have, as well as I think that a lot of you guys, you're not eating enough fruit and vegetables, and eating some more fruit and vegetables would be beneficial. I think kale in particular, some of you guys really need to be eating leafy greens. It's really, really coming up. Leafy greens, I think that would be something that would be helpful for your menstrual cycle if you do bleed, as well as berries would be really helpful as well. That's not just for people with your menstrual cycle, with a cycle, but, you know, if the message resonates, the message resonates. So, you know, I think berries, just really eating fresh foods, fresh fruits, maybe eating a little bit less processed stuff, a little bit less carbs. I don't even know why I'm giving you diet advice, but that's what it feels like. It just feels like protecting your body. I just heard protecting your womb. So some of you guys, you are thinking about having kids soon, and so it's time now to start preparing your womb now, you know what I mean? It's time to start nourishing yourself and putting healthy foods inside your body, and just doing the things that you kind of intuitively know that you need to do, making the intuitive changes and shifts that you know you need to do in order to become the mama, to become the papa that you know that you want to and need to be. because for some of you guys, you really, you have kids that need to be on this planet and in this world, and it's like their little souls are like, come on mum, get your shit together, come on dad, let's get it together, let's do this. Random message, that won't be for everyone, but it'll hit for the person it's meant to. So I love that, I really love that. Seven of Wands as well, it's kind of like, if you need to defend what you've built, if you need to stand up and, you know, speak out and tell someone to, like, back off if they overstepping your boundary, then you well and truly have permission to do that. You know, I think that there could be some, I don't want to say backlash, but just like people having opinions or people having things to say about what it is that you've created or what it is that you're creating, or just this era that you're stepping into, this new persona, this new version of you. People might be a little bit uncomfortable. They will be a bit uncomfortable. You need to own that. That's what this Nine of Pentacles is. Nine of Pentacles is it's being so comfortable with the self, feeling self-made. This is literally the card of being self-made. So you are self-made. You've done this yourself. You've worked yourself to get to where you are. Don't let anybody discourage you because you're in a fragile state. You're in the beginning phases of you sharing this outside with the world. You are a butterfly who has just broken out of the cocoon. You're literally on the cusp. You're exiting out. You know, you're right there, about to take that leap. But you're still vulnerable, you know, you still haven't used your wings for the first time, you're still not sure if you're strong enough yet. And so, you know, be gentle with yourself. That's why protection's important. That's why it's important to know when to say no, you know what I mean? That's a big message, know when to say no, because not everyone is around you for your highest interests, or, you know, they might be around you because they're seeing the potential in what you have to offer. So just being wary, just being mindful of that is something that's going to really help you, and just trusting your intuition when it comes to vibing people out, because you're not wrong. You're onto it. You're a fucking Scorpio. So, you know. My best friend is a Scorpio stellium. She's got 4 planets in Scorpio, in the fucking 8th house of Scorpio. And I swear to God, that's the most psychic bitch I ever known. Like, I don't know, she's crazy, she's cool. She also loves cats. So, you know, cats, man. Cats are your thing. Cats, I feel like cats and Scorpio really vibe. Really, really vibe. That's like 2 things that really go well together. Like, cats and Scorpios. Let me know if you're a Scorpio and you fucking love cats. Anyway, let's leave this reading here. I've blabbered on longer than I wanted to. I love you so, so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reading, please do give it a thumbs up. I really, really appreciate that, because it helps to get the channel out to more humans. If you haven't subscribed, then, you know, what are you waiting for? If you want to book a personal tarot or astrology reading with me, you can do that through the link below. You can head to my website, have tarot and astrology, videos, pre-recorded videos, we have live readings, we have audio recordings and little ebooks, whatever the fuck floats your boat, really. Cancer and Leos for July and August. Up until the 20th of July, we have Cancer Suns 25% off solar return chart readings. And then Leo Suns from the 20th of July to the 20th of August. During your season, we have 25% off your solar readings. Solar return readings. So, you know, if you know a Leo Sun, Cancer Sun, and you want to gift them a little happy birthday, here's your fucking year ahead spread. I don't know what you're waiting for. Okay. Sorry. I would like to thank your angels, your ancestors, your higher self, your spirit guides, all the beautiful benevolent beings that are surrounding us in all moments, for allowing me to receive and to deliver this powerful reading for you, my beautiful Scorpios. I think that was pretty much everything that we needed to go through. I think I've remembered everything. Just let me know in the comments if you have any recommendations for future videos. If you have any ideas, let me know. Tarot and astrology, let me know what you want to hear, okay? I'm going to be a lot more consistent on here from now on, because the time has fucking come. This reading's for me too. Okay, I love you so, so much, guys. I hope that you have the most incredible July, and I'll see you next time. Bye.